So, let's have a recap of what we have discussed during our last Google meeting last Friday. I think na-discuss na natin ang mga cost na related sa product. Meron lang akong gustong i-clarify or bigyang diin ng mga important points ng ating topic. So, let me discuss to you again the concept of costs in relation sa product. Let us discuss first manufacturing costs or the product costs. When we say product costs, these are actually costs that can be inventoried, or in other words, these are the inventoriable costs. Meaning, they are the costs na ma-assign as an inventory. So, it consists of the direct material, the direct labor, and manufacturing factory overhead. So, some of you might ask, bakit si direct material at direct labor lang ang may direct sa unahan at si manufacturing overhead ay wala? It is because si manufacturing overhead nga ay isang indirect cost. So, let us say for example, may isang firm na ang main operation ay ang paggawa ng mga light bulbs. So, para ma-ensure na in good quality ang isang bulb na gagawin ng isang assembly worker, ay kinakailangan ng isang supervisor na ang task ay ang pag-check ng quality ng mga bulbs. O ito ang tinatawag na quality control, kumbaga. So, tinawag siyang manufacturing overhead kasi in a sense na hindi mo siya makikita sa isang product na ginagawa ni manufacturing firm o indirect cost na. So, though hindi siya directly na nakakapag-contribute directly sa paggawa ng isang bulb or siya yung cost na hindi traceable sa product, still isa pa rin siyang manufacturing cost na nagfo-fall sa ating manufacturing overhead. So, let us now discuss non-manufacturing costs or the period cost or the operating costs. It consists of marketing expenses and the general and administrative expenses. From what I have discussed to you last discussion, period costs are costs that are expensed outright once incurred. So, sila yung mga kinakailangan na i-expense kaagad sa income statement. So, we now go to the next slide. So, ito yung gusto kong i-discuss na hindi ko na-cover noong live discussion natin. So, kapag i-combine natin si direct material at direct labor, ang magiging tawag dito ay prime cost. At pag si direct labor at factory overhead naman, ang i-combine ay tatawagin itong conversion costs. So, bakit tinatawag siyang conversion cost? Kasi nga, kailangan nating i-convert ito, si direct material into finished goods para natin maibenta. Meaning, from direct material, gagawin natin itong finished good. At para magawa itong finished good, ay kailangan natin sina direct labor at manufacturing overhead or ito yung tinatawag na conversion cost na. So, common mistake tuwing sasagot ang isang estudyante ng isang problem kapag tinatanong na ng total manufacturing cost or total product cost. Ang isasagot nila ay prime cost plus conversion cost. So, mali na kaagad kasi nga si prime cost at si conversion cost are pareho silang may direct labor. So, ang kalalabasan nito ay magdodoble yung direct labor. So, take note na lang tayo dito, class. Next slide. So, let me emphasize this one. Once the product cost ay manufactured into finished good, ay papasok na siya sa ating statement of financial position as an inventory. Meaning habang inventory pa rin siya ng company at hindi pa rin na ibebenta, ay classified siya as current asset. Pero once na maibenta natin siya, ay papasok na siya sa ating income statement. At ilalas natin at magiging isang expense na siya na ilalas sa ating sales revenue. So, take note tayo dito. Next slide. So, si period cost naman, as what you can see, you would notice na sa income statement lang siya pumasok. Si period costs. Kasi nga, hindi siya inventoriable cost or product cost. Excuse me. In no case that the period cost will be considered as an asset. Instead, it is expense outright, meaning it will be deducted in the income statement once it is incurred. So, ang operating expenses, which is the selling expense and the general administrative expense, these are expenditures that the business incurs to engage in activities not directly associated with the production of goods and services. So, ito yung mga expenses na necessary that a business incurs through its normal business operations. So, ito yung mga necessary at unavoidable sa isang business. Non-operating expense naman, ito yung mga expenses incurred by an organization that does not relate to its main activity. So, iba naman si non-operating expenses. Ito yung mga costs na walang kinalaman sa operations ni firm. Or these are expenses na hindi related sa main activity. Yun nga, this may include interest expense, loss from lawsuit, and it would also include loss on disposition of assets, restructuring expense, and marami pang iba. Next slide. So let's try answering the following. The direction is to classify the following costs as product costs or period cost. So number 1, depreciation expense of the manufacturing plant of Avon Cosmetics. So depreciation expense of manufacturing plant. So what will be the answer? It is a product cost, specifically as a factory overhead. Kasi nga, ang manufacturing plant ay isa sa mga kailangan para mabuo ang isang product. So, it is just correct to classify its depreciation expense as a product cost, though hindi siya directly attributable or traced sa product. Number 2, depreciation expense of the administrative building of Philippine Airlines. So, depreciation expense naman siya ng admin building. The answer will be period costs. Specifically, it falls on the general and administrative expense. Kasi nga, ang depreciation expense ng admin building has nothing to do sa pag-produce ng kanilang service ng Philippine Airlines. Next is salary of manufacturing supervisor. So, madali lang to. Na-discuss ko to kanina regarding sa supervisor ng bulb. So, it is a product cost. Number 4, salaries of president and vice president for marketing and finance. So, it now pertains to the salary of the president for marketing and finance. So, the answer will be, yun nga, period cost. So, these are the compensation that falls on the selling expense. Just nothing to do with the product. And the last number will be advertising expense of Coca-Cola for its new product called Coke Zero. So, new product. What will be the answer? Ito ay period cost. Pareho rin ito sa number 4. Ito rin ay isang selling expense, kahit na ito ay advertising expense for the new product. Hindi ito ma-classify as product cost. So, here is exercise number 3. Let me read the problem. XYZ Manufacturing Company Limited specializes in manufacturing many different models of bicycles. Assume that new model, the Jaguar, has been well accepted. As a result, the company has established a separate manufacturing facility to produce these bicycles. The company produces 1,000 bicycles per month. XYZ's monthly manufacturing cost and other expenses. Data related to these bicycles are as follows. So, ito. So, ang instruction is, or the requirements will be number 1, classify the cost as direct material, direct labor, manufacturing overhead, and period cost. And number 2, compute the total manufacturing costs for the month. So, instruction regarding sa pagpasa nitong exercise number 3 will be posted on our FB group.